You are listening to Passport Talks, a podcast on how to become a true cosmopolitan, how to travel the world without visas, create a safe haven for your family, and access top-notch education and healthcare with a second passport or residency.
Countries with no income tax. Where to move to minimize the tax burden. Zero income tax country might sound appealing to a wealthy person seeking to optimize their tax burden. However, there are several things you need to consider when choosing a low-tax country to live in. For example, the general lifestyle of the country, other taxes it imposes on its residents, and the availability of residency or citizenship for foreigners. Our experts shared their personal ratings of the best tax-free countries to live in. Let's get started. Country without income tax. Is it possible? Taxes are among the most popular means for a country to make money, and income tax usually plays a substantial role in it. However, some countries do not impose income tax on their citizens and residents. It is possible when a state makes enough money through other means. Some countries like Qatar and Kuwait are rich in natural resources and make an income from their oil and gas trade. Others, like the Bahamas, attract enough tourists to raise substantial money from that sector. Lastly, the absence of income tax can also be a government choice to attract investors to the country. Best tax-free countries to immigrate. You can become a tax resident of a foreign country and enjoy low tax benefits if you spend at least 183 days in a year there. Let's discuss some options where you can immigrate to. Antigua and Barbuda. There is zero income tax in Antigua and Barbuda. Individuals are also free from paying taxes on wealth, capital gains, and inheritance. Companies registered as international business companies are exempt from paying taxes for 50 years. That also includes corporate tax and tax on income from real estate, securities, and other assets. International business companies only pay an annual fee, depending on the authorized capital size. However, pay attention that Antigua and Barbuda don't have many tax treaties, and most of them are with the Caribbean countries. This means that when getting citizenship there, you will likely have to pay taxes in your other passport's country. Antigua and Barbuda is a beautiful island state with pink and white sand beaches, coral reefs, and blue lagoons. The islands are famous for their comfortable marinas, and some celebrities love spending time there. For example, singer Eric Clapton and fashion designer Giorgio Armani bought houses there. Wealthy foreigners may obtain Antigua and Barbuda citizenship by the investment of $100,000 or more. The investor must be over 18 with legal income and no criminal record. It is also possible to include the family in the application, a spouse, financially dependent children and parents, and unmarried siblings. Antigua and Barbuda citizenship is not inherited automatically. For that reason, an investor has to add all eligible family members within the first 5 years of obtaining citizenship. Aside from the tax benefits, the Antigua and Barbuda passport allows its holders to enter the Schengen countries visa-free and stay there for up to 90 out of 180 days, to visit the UK visa-free and stay there for 180 days, to get a B1, B2 US 10-year visitor visa, and to travel visa-free to 150 countries altogether. United Arab Emirates. Aside from zero income tax, UAE currently has no taxes for legal entities, but they plan to introduce a 9% federal corporation tax for businesses with high net profits. There is also a corporate tax on oil companies and foreign banks. The Emirates does not offer citizenship by investment, but it is possible to obtain a renewable residence visa by investment there. The minimum sum is $205,000. In the UAE, every foreigner with a residence visa is a tax resident. But to get a tax residency certificate, you need to stay in the country for more than 180 days. You'll need this certificate if you earn income in another state and want to use a double tax treaty to reduce your taxes there. The United Arab Emirates offers multiple entertainment and educational facilities, investment options for businesses from all around the world, and support for expats from the government. However, it is a primarily Islamic country, so it has rules and traditions that you need to respect. Women should dress modestly everywhere, except for the beach area. Public displays of affection are generally frowned upon, and alcohol purchasing is regulated. Vanuatu. In Vanuatu, there are no taxes on personal income, inheritance, capital gains, and capital exports for individuals. Companies can be exempt from corporate and other taxes for 20 years and only pay a $300 annual fee. The pitfall is that Vanuatu hasn't concluded tax treaties with most of the countries in the world. So if you have a Vanuatu passport, you or your company may be obliged to pay taxes in another country. Vanuatu also has the fastest citizenship program. The second passport can be obtained in 1 to 3 months if you invest at least $130,000. The Vanuatu passport allows visa-free entry to 95 countries, including the UK, Singapore, and Hong Kong. It also allows you to apply for multi-entry 5-year tourist visa in the US. However, Vanuatu citizens will still need a visa for visiting Schengen countries. St Kitts and Nevis. There are no taxes on income, dividends, royalties, or interest for residents in St Kitts and Nevis. Corporate tax is 33%. VAT is 10 to 15%, and property ownership is taxed at 0.2 to 0.3%. The islands are famous for their picturesque nature, mountains, rainforests, and beautiful beaches with black volcanic sand. Travelers go to St Kitts and Nevis to sunbathe, dive, go on a yacht along the coasts, and try local foods. St Kitts and Nevis citizenship can be obtained by investment from $150,000. The investor must be over 18, with legal income and no criminal record. It is also possible to include some family members in the application, such as a spouse, financially dependent children and parents, and unmarried siblings. In terms of visa-free traveling, St Kitts and Nevis passport is among the strongest Caribbean ones. It allows you to travel to 156 countries visa-free, including countries like Singapore, Hong Kong, the UK, Ireland, and all of the Schengen states. St Kitts and Nevis citizenship is hereditary. It means that if you have a passport, your children may also obtain citizenship. What other countries don't levy taxes on income? There are some other countries with no income tax. Among them, the Bahamas, Bermuda, Qatar, the Cayman Islands, Monaco, Brunei. However, none of them offer citizenship by investment. You can obtain residency by investment in some of the countries, but it is usually a lot more expensive than getting citizenship or residency in countries like Antigua and Barbuda, St Kitts and Nevis, Vanuatu, and the UAE. Is it possible to optimize taxes without moving abroad? There are several countries where you can obtain residency or register a company to optimize your taxes. They also don't require you to live there for most of the year. Where are they? Cyprus. You can become a Cyprus tax resident if you spend 60-plus days a year there and don't spend more than 183 days a year in any other country. Taxes in Cyprus are significantly lower than in many other states. Malta. The Global Residence Program allows you to get a Malta residence permit. The residency entitles you to pay taxes in Malta, which are different from the standard tax rates. For example, if you make enough income outside of Malta and don't transfer it to the country, you don't have to pay income tax on it in Malta. The investors that participate in the Global Residence Program pay at least €15,000 annually. This is a tax on foreign income transferred to Malta. However, we advise you to check if your first country of residence has a double tax treaty with the country you choose for living or running a business. If there is no such treaty, then instead of tax optimization, you may end up paying taxes in both countries.
That's it for today. This has been Passport Talks, a podcast on how to become a true cosmopolitan. The link to the text version is in the description. To learn more about second citizenship and investment programs, visit our website, immigrantinvest.com. Follow Passport Talks and stay tuned for new episodes on all available platforms. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you on the next episode.